Welcome back to See You Next Thursday. I am Willow of Pixie Retreats.
I'm Tree.
And today we are, oh my goodness, I have these on. That's so weird. And today we are going to talk about embracing the idea of delusion to achieve your goals. What do you think about that?
I think some of the most successful people out there, people that you see all over the place on the world stage, are highly delusional.
Or have been viewed as highly delusional in the beginnings of their processes.
And I don't think it's a negative word.
I don't either.
And so...
Well, let's talk about the word in general.
What does it mean?
Typically being delusional is seen as having a belief in something that doesn't seem real or possible. So we're flipping that around today, and we are basically saying that a healthy dose of delusion is something that's going to get you closer because it gets you out of the known and into a positive state of the unknown.
So it's basically believing in something that's not real or
real
possible.
Real to anybody else.
Yeah. And some of the greatest achievements in history have been started by that delusional mind, basically.
Yeah, like who?
Well, anything truly innovative.
Well, okay, so like Steve Jobs is a great example.
Walt Disney.
Okay, another great I mean, he took a little mouse, a cartoon of a mouse, and completely that was the basis of his huge empire that was built. That's pretty impressive. Mm-hmm. Then there's also Sarah Blakely. She's the woman who invented Spanx. I mean, look at where shapewear has come from that point. But when she started her journey, people were shutting the door on her. People were not interested in what she was talking about. And then later on in 2012, she was deemed the first young female billionaire in the world in 2012.
Well,
pretty
some
impressive.
of the biggest breakthroughs come from people who dare to be delusional.
To think way outside of the box, to think about things that other people aren't necessarily thinking about.
And to not feel like, this is my reality. What does that even mean?
Yeah.
We're shaping our reality every moment of every day.
Well, and reality is yesterday. Like, reality has already been achieved. That's where we sit. So we really do need to shoot towards the future and the unknown to create a bigger, broader, more exciting world.
The feeling of what that future looks like. Focusing on the feeling. How does it feel?
Yeah.
Versus what even is in this exact moment is changing into the next. So
it's really
I choose
true.
to be a little bit delusional, but it's worked for me. So maybe it might work for you too.
I mean, same. It's like when I stepped into the food business, I've talked about this before, I didn't cook. I didn't do anything in the kitchen except for dishes. You know what I mean? I was not.
Tea.
I made tea, I made smoothies.
A good slice of bread with some avocado.
But I wasn't somebody who was executing recipes or coming up with recipes. Fast forward to Pixie Retreat.
You were
15
super delusional
years.
to do that.
Everybody thought I was delusional. It's like I was walking away from the fashion world where I had a stronghold and I really, really knew what I was doing. And I moved towards something where I really didn't. I just had a strong desire to eat a certain way.
And we had a big vision.
And we had a big vision.
And
we
it
really
all
did.
came into being.
All of it. I mean,
The wanted and the unwanted.
the wanted and the unwanted, that is for
So you
sure.
have to cultivate a delusional mindset.
True.
And, set audacious goals, dream really big, just go over the top. Because why self-limit, Basically think beyond what seems possible and visualize it. So spend time every day really visualizing it. How does it feel? What do you feel like in the moment? See it, feel it, live it in your mind, taste it, touch it, smell it, hold it in your fingertips. And when you're feeling it in your fingertips and then watching it materialize, there's something really magical about that. And we all possess this magic within us.
We all do. And then there's the notion of balancing the delusion with action, particularly inspired action. And that doesn't mean, it's like, being delusional doesn't mean that you're unrealistic. It means that you believe strongly. You believe strongly in yourself, and you believe strongly in this idea that you want to bring forth to the world, And so learning and adapting is really going to be part of that. While, while the belief in our end goal has to, basically the belief in the end goal has to be unwavering. And then we have to be willing, as on that journey, to adapt. You know what I mean? Because
Be flexible.
yeah, be really flexible and able to adapt and pivot. And we all saw ourselves doing things like that during COVID. So we all have it in us. We just have to be able to adhere to that goal and then be able to pivot and adjust as needed, because nothing is a straight line. Life goes like this, as Teresa
It's
can
all
attest.
learning.
It is. And it's like when we started our food business, things didn't go the way we thought they were going to go, but they did go. We just had to constantly find ourselves being willing to learn and adjust.
And so use affirmations too to embolden your audacious delusions. Because they work. They work. If you find yourself saying negative self-talk and then switch it up because you realize, wait, that's not going to help me, and start speaking in the affirmative as if it's happening now, I always feel a lightning come over me. Lightning, not like I'm going to get struck by lightning, but a lightening of my mood, my energy. Improves.
A softening?
A softening.
A softening?
A brightening, a lightening.
A softening.
An aha.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can just find my balance easier. But affirmations, they do work. They're very powerful. They might seem woo-woo to some, but if you give them a try, you might notice some shifts in your day, in your moments.
And know that you're going to have your critics. They're going to come out. They're going to come out of the woodwork.
Always.
And they may not even be the people that you expect to come out of it might be your best friend. It might be a parent who's basically saying, that is crazy talk, you can't do that. And you just really have to know that maybe then that person isn't the person that you discuss this stuff with further. Maybe you start like a mastermind group, and you've got a series of people that are also business people.
Like a support group
for
delusional people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey,
exactly.
I think you're onto something. We would have a lot of subscribers to our delusional group, I think.
I think we would
if
too.
People really were getting honest with how freaky they are in their minds.
Yeah, and think big. Think really big. And when you put those really big dreams and desires out there, know there's going to be somebody that's going to try and tamp it down. And just know that when somebody does that you're onto something, that you are truly onto something at that point. And then, as well, we gotta deal with our inner critic. Once people start telling us what we can't do, then sometimes we start to believe it, and we really have to step back from that and really, really trust in the process. Trust in your process. Trust that more good is coming to you. Trust that you're going to be able to accomplish this next thing because you can look at your track record and see what you've already accomplished.
Trust that everything is always working out for you.
Always.
And the more you focus on how you envision your new now next to be, the more you focus on that, the more it's coming into reality. It's already on its way.
Yeah.
And
the fact that you even thought about it means it's on its way.
It's okay to be delusional, because that's where we get shit happening. We make it happen in this delusional state. We do. Otherwise, we just fall in line with the next person, and we get into traffic, and we go do our 9 to 5, and we get into this routine of a lifestyle and you turn around and wonder, who am I? What happened?
Where'd my life go? Like, oh my God, I'm 70. What happened? What happened? I don't even feel like I was there for half of it. And as usual, some of the strategies that you can use to help embolden yourself in your journey of delusion is, as I'm always going to say this every single time, is meditation. Every single time I'm going to say that. And I also really believe that practicing self-care and self-compassion are really, really important and powerful tools as well.
Well, even that word self-care, self-love, to some that seems delusional. Those words, different meditation is also can be delusional. I was having a conversation with someone, and they were saying that the law of attraction doesn't work. And it was based on their knowledge of the secret, which didn't embody exactly the fullness of the law of attraction. It's such a big topic that the secret was making it more about money. When, oh, I follow the secret, and now I'm not getting rich like because the law of attraction, then it segued into the law of vibration, which is about, your vibration and how that draws things to us quickly. But we were so not on the same page, and it was fine. But I kind of ended the conversation because I just wasn't really going to convince this person about this universal law, because it's so much bigger than me. I'm just a little ant, a little piece of sand trying to share, and I couldn't puncture.
But sometimes it's
fine.
just the planting of a seed, and then oftentimes think about. I remember when the seed of the law of attraction was planted in me, and that would have been way, 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 way back when The Secret came out. So that's like almost 20 years ago, maybe 20 years ago.
It was planted in a lot of people.
Yeah,
but it was
really
only
was
a segment of
just
what that was.
Well, and I think that The Secret really chose money because everybody can relate to that. You know what I mean? That's the reason. But in the end, it almost kind of diminishes it when that's the only angle that you're coming from. I mean, really, it's like what we're all looking for anyway is freedom on some level. So that's really, I personally think, a better word to use. Delusion and freedom. Those are my words right now. Those are the things that I'm sticking to. And I know that I'm going to be able to turn around and share and have proof that this works.
Well, who are some current delusional top names that come to mind right now when you think of, let's talk about top delusional people that pop into your mind?
Well, who popped into yours? Because you asked the question.
Kanye West.
For sure.
Donald Trump.
For sure. Look what these people have been able to accomplish.
Unwavering confidence.
Unwavering.
And who
I mean,
else?
are they my faves? Not necessarily, but wow.
Who are some other ones?
I don't know, like Oprah. Oprah's another one. This little girl who came, did she come from? Mississippi? She didn't come from the right side of the tracks. She made everything happen. She had an unwavering belief in herself. She was delusional.
Well, I'm definitely delusional. I always make moves purely on instinct and feeling, and it has nothing to do with anything else. So I've made so many moves, just what they would look like. They're crazy, but I was following my inner guidance system. Even where are now, it's like
totally. I mean,
delusional
seriously,
move.
it was totally delusional. We came out here for 4 days and then made a move within 4 months all the way across the country, and where I have never at any point thought that it was the wrong move. Even though the truth is, if we'd stayed in Portland, we probably would have moved on another food aspect of our business. And interestingly enough, things moved this direction, and it's forcing us to move in this new direction that feels more
delusional.
It feels a little delusional. It does.
See you next Thursday.
Yeah, on that note, I think we're going to call it, and we're going to say, try a little delusion in your life and see how it goes.
Get delusional, and let us know if it works out for you.
If you liked this video, please hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you next Thursday. Get delusional. Peace out.